In top mount, we're always looking for one hand. I'm lucky enough to go and bridge Stefan a few times, and as I bridge him, I see that one hand is on the ground because he wants to stabilize the position. Immediately, I want to go and win that hand. Now, Stefan is not just going to stay here. What he wants to try and do is, if I'm trying to control his hand, he wants to circle a few times, and then do you see how he wants both my head and my neck, and he wants to go and get me back down, and he wants to squeeze it, he wants to try and work that head and arm choke, and work that arm triangle. So, I need to expect that. I'm lucky enough to go and win Stefan's hand, and you see how I'm trying to brace against it. But as he starts to swing for my hand, I'm going to block with my top forearm, which is my left. And he's reaching for my neck, so you see I have to work pretty quick here. I'm blocking with my forearm. And then I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to go underneath the elbow. And what I'm going to do is, as he's driving for my head, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull my head out from underneath his arm. And then my elbow goes to his ear as I build up on my elbow and eventually into my hand. But the key thing is that my elbow has to go into his ear. I can't see his ear, but I know it's kind of somewhat around there. I don't want my elbow to his hip. This is wrong. From here, he'll absolutely be able to go and find my neck or take my back. What I do want, can we do that from the top again, please, Stefan? He has got mount. I'm able to go win that arm, but he circles a few times. He starts to look for my neck, and you see how I'm able to go and parry that across and over. Elbow to the ear, and I bring my chest up, and I want my head higher than his. In addition to that, my hip has to be off the ground. It is critical that my hip is allergic to the floor and it comes off the floor, and I want to walk my way out. I can walk leading with my knees. I can walk leading with my hip. It makes no difference, but I'm always heavy on Stefan, and that's how I escape. If we can do that again, please, Stefan. So the pass off is critical. Once Stefan has mount, we're always looking for that hand, but Stefan always wants my neck. As he circles a few times for my neck, I block and I check. So do you see how I want to block with my top forearm? In this case, it's my left. My bottom hand comes into assist. It assists with the heel of my palm, or I can use my thumb, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And then from here, I want to tuck my chin as I lift, hit my hands over my head, and there's a little pocket of space for me now to swim out from underneath, and we call this the Octopus Escape, and I'm as big as possible. Elbow to the ear, hand on the ground, and I'm as big as possible. My hip needs to be allergic to the floor. My hip comes up, I walk out, maybe lead with my knee, maybe lead with my hip. It is absolutely irrelevant, but I bring my legs out, and essentially, I've escaped. Octopus Escape from bottom mount.